I've got issues, cause I fell in love with you. Doesn't make sense, but it's true. I can't help myself, gotta get help, cause I can't deal with my...
How cute! Where are we? Look at that, so New York with a little mouse.
Tell me how to be closer to ya. Tell me how and I'll do it, babe. Cause I just wanna make you feel what I do about you. So just tell me how and I'll do it, babe. I love it when you whisper in my ear, words only meant for me to hear. Promise that your secret's safe with me. You're the only reason, yes, you're the only reason. Baby, you're the answer to my prayers. Feeling like the world's in our hands. Now I know that this is meant to be. You're the only reason, yes, you're the only reason I'm free.
That is only works on at the Nutcracker the Four Realms. Cute little pop-up. How cute is that?
You're the only reason, yes, you're the only reason I'm free.
I am here at Westfield. We are about to go to Italy. Is in collaboration with the Nutcracker.
I hear you breathe, but I can't see if you're right here next to me. Something's wrong, wasn't it fun? Is it now we're done? You get dressed, I'm like a mess, and you tell me to confess, and you tell me to confess. Oh, I don't know what to say, what to do, how to make you see. This is nothing in real life, it might.
We're here at the Nutcracker and the Four Realms. We are here at Italy, so we're excited. I'm going to show you guys what's happening in a few.
Just a bit of bad dream. You can run, you can hide, but you can't put the one on me. Because you're acting like a volcano, tending to be my savior. Nothing you do can save us, save us. Because you're acting like a volcano and make me feel outrageous. You keep teasing.
Can you guys see me? Oh my god, I don't know if I'm hot, I'm cold. But anyway guys, I just left Westfield. We got to meet the actress Mackenzie, who's in the Nutcracker the Four Realms. She was super cute. I didn't even know she was a teenager. She literally is just 17 years old.
What about a late night? Oh, you really leaving me for someone else? I want to let you know. Oh, you can call my name and I'll come running back to you. Running back to you. I'll come running back. You can call my name and I'll come running back.
Cozy Townhouse Wheelhouse. Please join us, Jada Pinkett Smith and her buddy.
Running back. I'll come running back to
The last 7 years has been a really deep transformation for me, and there's been a couple of times that I've reached out to a few women who had the courage to really be very honest about their testimony, and I mean really put it on the table, and it really changed my life. It put my life on a whole different trajectory, and it really prevented me from making some really stupid mistakes. And I was like, thank you. Because first of all, I feel like it's not just me. you know, because we're not unique in our struggle. And that was the most important part. And just having the opportunity to hear their stories and not necessarily giving advice, because everybody's situation is different. We all need different things. But that really taught me something. And I was like, I really want to have the opportunity to share my stories because I just feel like we're all just struggling. You know, and if we just talk more about what we're going through, that in itself is so healing. Just to know that you're not alone. With the 3 generations, my daughter, what she's been going through as a young woman, what my mother has survived, what I'm going through, we are looking at struggles and life through 3 different lenses, right? And so I just thought it was really powerful to talk together as family members, but also we have so many stories to share. There's not, I feel like between my mother and myself, we have the best information she can have. You know, there's no need to act like, you know, she's not going to be a woman one day who's doing the same things and having the same experiences I've had and are having. So, you know, I just like having Willow at my hip and creating that trust and letting her know that you can come to me. We can talk about these things because it's real life.
Right, and
You
so
know?
important.
Yeah.
So important because I didn't do that with her. And I just feel like it's made such a difference in Willow. Then when she was growing up, no, I was not.
You were both growing up, right?
Yeah, I was pretty young.
Yeah.
I was young and dumb.
A lot of healing at that table. You know, you think you know somebody, right? Until you pick a specific subject and you're like, okay, we're gonna dive into this subject, right? And now you're peeling back all of the surface layers. Now you're going deeper, you know, and really getting understanding of what our experiences have been. So your stories you haven't heard, experiences
That's my
you didn't
mom, by the
know.
way.
Oh, I mean, it's the same struggles we've all gone through. Self-doubt, you know, trying to balance your work, motherhood, and then your personal, just who you are as a person before you got into, you know, becoming a mother or having a partner or what have you. It's like you kind of lose who you were before that particular aspect of your life began, right? So it's just the challenges of really keeping what is authentic to you as an individual, and at the same time trying to compromise in your partnership. Your partner might want to do this, but you're not so into it that you want to support him or her. You know what I mean? And then
Like
your kids want to do this. You know, just the house. Let's talk about the house. I didn't want that house. You know what I mean? I didn't want it. I like smaller abodes. I'm a nester in that way. I like little, you know, just cozy. I made a compromise.
What'd you get out of it?
But what I got out of it is a beautiful family. So at the end of the day, you pick your battles, you know. And I was like, well, guess what? When I go on vacation or I'm hanging out with my girlfriends, I'm doing cozy. You know what I mean? And I learned how to make cozy spaces within that property.
Where do you like to go?
I love Hawaii. That's my.
And you go to
that's my
small
beach.
hotels? Like,
I go to small homes. And I know this sounds crazy, but I love being able to clean my own space. You know what I mean? I like doing that. It brings me peace, you know? And you have bigger spaces, it's too hard to maintain yourself. So now you gotta depend on other people, and they don't necessarily have your taste and how you want things to go, how you want your clothes to smell when you wash them, how you want your kitchen to look, and you know what I mean?
Something is always lost.
Something's always lost.
Happened in the kitchen.
We do a lot of talking in the kitchen. I think it has a lot to do with my mother and I were a lot more like sisters because she was so young. but she was also a mother too.
She
right?
looks good.
Yeah. My mother really taught me the balance of knowing how to have real conversations, and because of the lifestyle we had to have those real conversations. We weren't given the luxury to just kind of like avoid things, right? But at the same time, when I had to abide her law. You better be in this house at 12 or else. You know what I mean? It's
what
like,
was the else?
so, I mean, and being young, because she was young too, I mean, you know, it's just like, you don't want that stuff. And stay out of trouble and be focused, because I had done so much ridiculous stuff early on, back on, when I was still in my mother's house. So that was kind of my theory. It's like, hey, go do all that stupid stuff while you're sitting right here with me, and I can keep an eye on you. So by the time it's time for you to leave this house, you're on game. And had older kids in the house too. Right. Way older. And Trey, I raised my goddaughter Tamira and Kyle, Will's nephew. So Kyle's almost 30. And yeah, he'll be 30 this year. Tamira, I think, is 26. So they were all in the house. So like Tamira's 27. And Willow was little. Yeah. So they're in high school. Well, no wonder you had that big popping off. Right? We got the house. People, you know, dump their kids there. You know? Look, if we all just take a minute to just be very real about our own lives, like straight up.
Yes. And what you were doing when you were
what your curiosities were, you know, and think about what you really needed at that time. Instead of thinking about, no, my job as a parent is to prevent this from, you know, that don't work. For me personally, you know, because that's nothing I learned from my mom. There's a lot of things we had to go into, a lot of heavy stuff that we had to go into together. And one of the comforts were we had each other.
Talks very easily about Jaden and his moving out, but that was a really tough decision to let him go, and I was not happy. But
and neither was Will.
Yeah,
Will wasn't happy either.
But one thing, I trust Jada fully as a mother. She knows her children.
Because one of the other things that you spoke about is alopecia.
Yes.
Okay, so for everybody in the room knows that it is hair.
And on that first day when I was in the shower and I pulled out huge clumps of hair, I was shaking. I was just like, oh my God, like what is happening? First of all, I was like, am I sick? What is going on?
Right.
You know, and I was really scared. And I was working at the time. I was at Sundance, and I was wearing all these wraps because my hair was just falling out in clumps, right? And I got back, and the doctor was like, you have alopecia. Like it was about a title. Yeah. It was about a title. And I was like, from that day on, I started to dissolve titles in my life because I felt like it blocked me from actually being able to embrace a person as a human being and understanding they're here on their journey. You know what I mean? He wasn't born just to be my father. He had to be himself first. So important. You know, and I looked at Will and I was like, man, a lot of strife that we have in our union had to do with my belief of what a marriage was supposed to look like, what a husband is supposed to be. And I was like, I'm letting all that go, man. I just want to love you as Will, whatever that is. Whatever that is. Because you come with your traumas, you're coming with your stuff that you have to get past, and I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend. I am here for you.